To Tommy and B News for New Zealand. Here is our top stories today. 2 people are in court after abduction of a newborn baby.
State Insurance is going to cut 90 jobs, which means it would close most of its branches.
And Apple fans queued outside the Vodafone stores across New Zealand after the iPhone 6 just arrived in the country. A 26-year-old and a 31-year-old appeared in court charged of an abduction of a newborn baby this morning. The baby was found safe and well in South Auckland.
State Insurance is cutting 90 jobs, which means most of its stores will close down, but the telephone service will still operate as normal, but its Christchurch stores will remain open.
iPhone fans across New Zealand waited until 12 a.m. for the iPhone 6 release at the Vodafone stores.
Apple said on Monday that it sold more than 10 million of them within the last 3 days last week in some countries.
Vodafone's Queen Street in Auckland was one of the stores across the country to open at the 12 a.m. launch. To your weather forecast, and it's light rain for the lower South Island.
Light rain for Ashburton and Timaru, but Greymouth will have rain.
It's partly cloudy for all of this area.
Sunny west of Rotorua, partly cloudy for south of Taupō, but Napier is sunny and 20 degrees, that's warm.
Sunny and warm for this area. That's all today. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe and see you on Monday. Welcome to Tommy and B News for New Zealand. And in breaking news, David Cunliffe has stood down as the leader of the Labour Party.
He made the announcement at 2:30 p.m. today, but he will put himself in the leadership contest.
For more on this, I am joined now by our political reporter Ginger. Ginger, what can you tell us? Yes, hello Tom, and today at 2:30 p.m, Labour leader David Cunliffe has stood down as the Labour leader, but still putting himself for the leadership contest. Grant Robertson is the front-runner successor to succeed David, with Jacinda Ardern as the deputy.
Okay, since he's standing down, when is it effective from?
It will be effective from Tuesday after the caucus, and looking forward for the leadership contest. And finally, did you want him to resign? No, he did okay. Okay, that's our political reporter Ginger. Ginger, thanks so much for joining us. Oops, sorry, thank you. So to recap, David Cunliffe has confirmed that he will resign effective from Tuesday, but he will still stand for the leadership contest.
Grant Robertson is the front-runner successor to succeed Cunliffe, with Jacinda Ardern being the deputy.
Also, he said that the recent election confirms that Labour needed a more comprehensive overhaul. That's the breaking news. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe for more news and see you on Monday. Welcome to Tommy and B News for New Zealand. our top stories today. Japan's Mount Ontake erupts without warning, with 6 people are believed to be dumped under ash.
Search and rescue teams will resume searching for a missing man believed to be swept into the Grey River near Greymouth.
And a 4.9 magnitude earthquake in Peru kills at least 8 people. State Highway 25 south of Coromandel is closed due to a truck lost a load of sugar. Police and fire crew are at the scene.
Mount Ontake in Japan has erupted without warning. 6 people are believed that they were trapped under the ash.
7 people were unconscious, and local officials say that 50 hikers have sheltered in cabins overnight.
An aerial search will continue to hunt for a man who was believed to have been swept into the Grey River. 24-year-old Jeremy Bronze was missing on Saturday.
It was understood he was navigating the lead of the convoy of 5 when it got caught in a strong current and became stranded downstream. A shallow 4.9 magnitude earthquake has struck Andine village near Cusco, Peru. The moderate quake, which had struck on Saturday night local time, had a depth of 8 kilometers. So far, at least 8 people are dead.
High lifesaver traffic in Auckland, and it is good. Weather in Auckland, 17 degrees, low of 10 and showers.
Just before we go, a resident in South Auckland went outside her house and found poo. Yes, poo dumped on her car. The woman told Herald on Sunday that it could be from a passing plane overnight.
Her home is directly in the flight path for planes heading towards Auckland International Airport. She is absolutely disgusted at the moment.
This also happened to a nearby resident a month ago. That's all today. We thank you for watching. Please subscribe and see you tomorrow. Welcome to Tom and Big News for New Zealand. Here's our top stories today. A roofing company from Wanganui has been fined $45,000 after a worker fell 2.5 meters from a building with no safety gear.
A man from Mount Maunganui is missing after he was supposed to return from his weekend walk.
And a female tourist has died in a crash on the Canterbury Highway. A 37-year-old man from Mount Maunganui is missing after he went for a weekend evening walk.
Police are concerned of where Stephen Tracy would be. He was last seen on Saturday.
He was wearing a t-shirt, shorts and jandals and approximately 183 centimeters tall. A female tourist has died with 2 people seriously injured after a head-on crash on the Canterbury Highway. 2 cars crashed at midday on State Highway 79 near Geraldine.
A roofing company has been fined $45,000 after a worker fell from the construction site with no safety gear.
Corey Tui was in hospital for 2 days with tendon and cuts to his wrist and was off work for 2.5 months.
High lifesaver traffic in Auckland, and it's heavy from Mount Wellington to Newmarket due to an incident. Weather in Auckland, 18 degrees, low of 9 and sunny. Just before we go, a golden retriever dog was rescued from an underground hole today. Yay! The dog was trapped for 5 days and safely returned to its owner.
That's all today. We thank you for watching and thank you to our first 200 subscribers for subscribing to us today. Also, please hit the subscribe button and see you tomorrow. Welcome to Tomming B News for New Zealand. Here is our top stories today. A person wearing a mask robs a dairy shop near Tauranga.
Microsoft has unveiled its next operating system, Windows 10, skipping Windows 9.
And in time lifesaver traffic in Auckland. It's heavy from Mount Wellington to Penrose, and then it's moderate to Auckland Central.
Microsoft has unveiled its next operating system, Windows 10, skipping its next name, Windows 9.
Windows 10 might be released in late 2015, with an insider program for developers released tomorrow.
The original Start menu will be included in the operating system, along with the Windows 8 Start menu style.
A masked man armed with a stick held up a dairy shop in Tauranga, demanding cash last night.
Police are seeking witnesses of the robbery, which happened at 7:15 last night.
They say 3 men were nearby and could have seen the offender at the time. Okay, it looks like there's breaking news coming in that some of the Singapore Airlines staff were involved in a car crash near Robertson, Christchurch. The company will not make a statement until they have got more information.
Time lifesaver traffic in Auckland, and it's heavy from Mount Wellington to Penrose, and then it's moderate to Auckland. Really? Another breaking news coming in?
Okay, looks like there's another breaking news coming in that a person who's from Texas has caught the Ebola virus. It appears to be that he became infected in Liberia, then travelled to Texas.
Weather in Auckland, it's 17 degrees, low of 9, and sunny.
Boring. That's all today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and see you tomorrow. Welcome to Tomming B News for New Zealand. Here is our top stories today. A Wellington bus company has been found guilty to health and safety charges.
30 jobs will be cut at a Dunedin rope factory, leaving workers stunned.
And a missing man has been found in a Coromandel bush. A Northland honey factory has gone up in flames in the blaze during the night.
The Patawa honey factory caught fire just before 11 p.m. last night, and it was well ablaze when the fire service arrived.
A Wellington bus company has pleaded guilty to health and safety charge in relation to incidents where passengers got trapped in bus doors last year.
The company will be sentenced next month and a penalty of $250,000.
This involved a pregnant woman and a man whose arm was stuck in the door. 30 jobs are to be axed at a Dunedin rope factory, leaving workers stunned.
First Union organiser Ken Young blames the high Kiwi dollar for the cut.
He also said New Zealand does not have the rockstar economy the government claims it does. The body of a missing man has been found in a Coromandel bush.
Police say they were searching for the man, who has yet to be identified, between Whitianga and Coromandel this afternoon.
The body was found in the Coromandel bush just off 309 Road. Time lifesaver traffic in Auckland and the Southern Motorway is heavy from Princess Street to Newmarket.
Weather in Auckland, 17 degrees, a low of 10 and heavy rain.
Boring. Worse than yesterday's voice, Ben.
Okay.
You better be okay. That's all today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and see you next Friday. Welcome to Tom and B News for New Zealand. Here is our top stories today. The Ebola death toll has passed 4,500, with the UN pleading more money to combat the disease.
A man has died following a fight in Auckland.
And what happened to US President Obama's credit card? We will tell you soon. One person is dead following a two-car crash in Christchurch. The accident happened at 10:30 last night on Memorial Drive.
6 people were involved. 5 people were taken to hospital, but 2 people suffered serious injuries.
Search will resume for missing Warkworth man Nicholas Stubbs, who disappeared 4 days ago after an evening fishing trip with his friends.
On Wednesday, his friend's body was found, but not Nicholas's.
The search will go ahead today, but although there could be heavy rain in the area.
A 41-year-old man from East Auckland has died after a bad fight. The police was aware that a vehicle fled the scene shortly after the fight.
Auckland's 21 local boards have signed a letter criticising Mayor Len Brown over his leadership.
The letter out concerns about expectations over budget cuts.
It says there is a risk only covering basic renewals will cause a backlog of required investment that Auckland will pay in for the long term.
The Ebola death toll reaches more than 4,500. A glimmer of hope from Senegal yesterday that it was declared Ebola-free.
As of October 14th, 4,555 people died from Ebola out of 9,216 cases.
GlaxoSmithKline said a vaccine will not be ready for commercial use until late 2016.
Weather for Wellington, and it's 17 degrees, low of 9 and showery.
Traffic in Wellington, and it is heavy in the emerging area near the Terrace Tunnel.
Now, just before we go, US President Barack Obama had trouble with his credit card. His card declined at a New York restaurant.
It turned out that I guess I don't use it enough, Obama says.
That's all today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and see you next Friday. It's Friday, the 24th of October. Welcome to Tom and B News for New Zealand. Let's get straight on with the news.
Thanks, Tom. And a lumberyard worker is in hospital after being trapped under a forklift.
The 45-year-old man has been flown to Rotorua Hospital with chest and leg injuries after the incident, which happened at 9:30 a.m. this morning.
His injuries are considered moderate and not life-threatening.
A mother of 6 who was seriously assaulted when she was intervened in a robbery last month has returned home.
Lucy Knight suffered a head injury when she attempted to stop a 17-year-old from snatching a bag from an elderly woman in the North Shore.
The bag snatcher pleaded guilty, and Lucy Knight's husband said thank you to the supporters. Burger Fuel has to put a stop to further expansion in Iraq as a result of the increasing threat of the Islamic State.
The fast food company closed its store in northern Iraq earlier this year with the intention of relocating to Baghdad, but it has since reconsidered.
Burger Fuel CEO said that the choice was easy. ANZ workers across New Zealand are planning more strikes today. It follows the strike earlier this month.
ANZ wants the branches to stay open longer and needs staff to work more flexible hours such as weekends to meet customers' demands.
There are also more strikes next week also.
Saying also 2 times does not make sense.
Okay, I am so sorry. And in breaking news, the Labour weekend holiday road toll stands at 1 after a crash in Dairy Flat, north of Auckland. The alternative route has been congested. Google is introducing an application designed to make it easier for its Gmail users to manage important information that can often get buried in their inboxes.
The service called Inbox can sort electronic receipts and bank statements into bundles so they can be quickly fetched.
This method is similar to the way that Gmail currently separates promotional emails from other communications sent to its users. Traffic in Auckland and it's congested on the southern motorway south of Otara due to the Labour weekend, and on the northern it's heavy from Tristram to Upper Harbour.
Weather in Auckland and 18 degrees, low of 6 and sunny.
That's all today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and see you next Saturday. Welcome to Tom and B News for New Zealand. A body has been found near Cowell Island. Police say the body was discovered in the water near the island this afternoon.
2 people have been seriously injured following a plane crash in Pukekohe, the suburb of Auckland, this afternoon. A 61 and a 63-year-old were taken to hospital at crash on private land.
Rolf Harris has been refused permission to appeal his convictions for assaulting 4 girls in England.
Harris's application was refused by a single court of appeal judge looking into written submissions only.
An Air New Zealand pilot has died after landing a plane in Perth.
Anne Barberidge, who worked for the company for 27 years, and she was the first woman to control a Boeing 787-9 plane.
She was taken to a hospital in Perth but died 2 days later.
Len Brown might be in disaster again after revealing 2 options to pay the Auckland's $12 billion transport funding.
One option is turning all the Auckland motorway off-ramps into tolls, and another option is higher rates.
Do you think Aucklanders should pay for the tolls in the future? Go to our website now and click on the link to the survey.
A group of King's College students who bullied junior students are now suspended for the rest of this year.
7 senior students were investigated after a bullying incident involving younger Year 9 students.
King's College is also home to a drunken student who died by drinking loads of vodka. Wow.
A 3rd victim of last week's shooting at a Washington State school has died.
14-year-old Shaylee died on Halloween night at Pottevant Medical Centre. She will be sorely missed. Weather in Auckland, 21 degrees, wow, that's warm. Low of 13, okay, that's cold, and partly cloudy.
Tomorrow it's 21 degrees, low of 14. That's a degree warmer than tonight, and also partly cloudy.
Traffic in Auckland, and it seems to be clear. That's all today. Please subscribe. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.
And we will see you next Friday.
Welcome to Tom and Ben News for New Zealand. Today is 7th November. Let's get straight with the news.
KiwiRail has been called to a meeting with Transport Minister Simon Bridges to explain why its Aohua ferry got into trouble in Wellington Harbour.
The ferry dropped anchors and called in tugs to help it yesterday, and Maritime New Zealand and TAIC are investigating.
Mr. Bridges has requested a briefing from KiwiRail about the incident.
A man who admitted trying to shoot dead another man on the beach near Wellington has been jailed for 8 years.
John Shuster last month pleaded guilty to attempting to murder Tulo Tuala on Makara Beach in April.
He also shot Tuala the second time but missed him. The little lamb who had 2 heads in Southland has died.
The lamb known as Lambie, Two-Face and U2 lived for 41 days at the Slope Point Backpackers in Invercargill.
It was suspected that the lamb must have died of a brain bleed. A body found in a stream in West Auckland is now confirmed as Auckland artist Adam Tan. This is developing story and we will bring you the latest soon. 2 women in Philadelphia have been caught on video going berserk in a McDonald's reportedly because staff would not longer serve the breakfast menu.
My Fox Phillies said the woman lost the plot after being told the breakfast menu had expired.
They were shown to be yelling and threatening fellow patrons before they picked up a chair and throws it.
Don't you mean one of them throws it?
A 7 News cameraman in Queensland has found himself on the other side of the news after a gun pointed on him while reporting a siege in Noosa Heads.
The man stole the 7 News crew car and crashed it on the LPG tank at a petrol station, causing a gas leak.
He was arrested shortly after crashing into the LPG tank. Back to the developing story, and the body which was found in a West Auckland suburb of Henderson is Adam Tan.
He disappeared from Waitakere Hospital at 3 a.m. on October 27th.
His death is now referred to the coroner.
Weather for Christchurch, 15 degrees, low of 2 and sunny.
Traffic in Wellington and it seems to be clear.
Okay, I will do it better. Traffic in Wellington and it seems to be clear.
That's all today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and have a nice day. Welcome to Tom and Ben News for New Zealand. Today is the 15th day of November. Let's get straight to the news. 3 bodies have been found at a Hamilton house after a house fire this morning.
4 men and 2 women in their 20s live at the house and had drinks last night to welcome a new flatmate.
The fire service was called at the property at 5 a.m. today.
A 50-year-old Bay of Plenty farmer was attacked by a cow. He was attacked 3 times before being taken to Whakatane Hospital.
A 29 and a 54-year-old man are arrested after attacking churchgoers with a machete.
Police were called to the Mount Roskill Church just after midday and threatened to kill the police.
They will appear at Auckland District Court tomorrow.
A 7.3 magnitude earthquake has struck off Indonesia. It was felt strongly at Sitaro Islands.
There is a tsunami warning for the areas that are at least 300 kilometers away from the epicenter.
The tsunami threat does not involve New Zealand.
More than 18,000 homes in Auckland are without power because of a substation fire in the suburb of St. John's.
It is also affecting Kohimarama, Meadowbank, Glen Innes, Glendowie, and Ellerslie.
Victor said this could be weather-related.
Before we tell you the weather forecast, there is a strong wind warning for Rimutaka Hill Road, which is north of Wellington, and Marlborough, which will gust up to 120 kilometers per hour.
Hawke's Bay will have gusts up to 140 kilometers per hour until this evening. So we go to Christchurch and there's showers and 22 degrees and a low of 5.
Wellington is fine and 20 degrees, low of 10, and Auckland has wind gusts up to 100 kilometers per hour and a high of 19.
That's all today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Have a nice day and we will see you next Friday. Welcome to Tom and Ben News for New Zealand. State Highway 1 south of Whangarei is closed due to a fatal crash. The crash between car and a truck happened about 12:30 at Otaika.
A major fire at a Tauranga construction site that caused millions of dollars worth of damage is being treated as arson.
Papamod Deputy Fire Chief Brent Stratford believes polystyrene was used to start the blaze.
The blaze took 24 firefighters, which took 4 hours.
A petrol station employee whose pay was docked over petrol thefts has received an apology from the company's boss.
Kerry worked at the Masterton night and day for 6 months, but quit after having money taken from his pay around 3 occasions.
The CEO, Tony Ellison, has apologized to Kerry.
A Japanese restaurant in Auckland has been fined $12,000 for underpaying migrant workers and say this person is a repeat offender.
Wait a minute, didn't we report about this on our third Investigation Today episode last year? Welcome to Investigation Today. Tonight on Investigation Today, an Auckland restaurant chain is accused of paying staff $4 an hour.
Oh yes, I remember now. Let's go to the first half of the story.
An Auckland restaurant chain is accused of paying their staff by $4 an hour.
The minimum pay is $13.75 an hour, which is $110 for an 8-hour work.
Or $550 for a 40-hour work job.
Other allegations include workers are not entitled to be paid, such as holiday pay, public holiday payments, or sick leave.
Wow, so last time he paid his staff $4 an hour?
Yes.
A man who sped away and scaled a 4-story building, refusing to come down, has been arrested.
At 8 this morning, a police patrol car attempted to stop a car in the central Auckland suburb of Parnell.
The chase was abandoned, but a few minutes later, he was found on Pilkington Road. Before we get to our weather forecast, there is a strong wind advisory for Marlborough and Wellington. They will gust about 120 kilometers an hour.
So Auckland is partly cloudy and 20 degrees, low of 14.
Wellington's forecast is wind gusts up to 120 kilometres an hour in exposed places and 20 degrees, low of 14.
And Christchurch is partly cloudy and 27 degrees. Wow, that's toasty hot.
That's the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and see you next Friday. Welcome to Tom and B News for New Zealand. A crane attempting to move a boat has toppled down into another house in Auckland. Emergency services were called to the Bluebird Crescent property at 3 p.m. today.
The crane was 55 tons when it was lifting a boat when it fell over.
Council building inspectors will be investigating the incident.
At least 2 people died in a crash at Reparoa in the Bay of Plenty. 7 other people are injured.
It was understood that it collided with a milk tanker a few hours ago.
Meanwhile, in the Kapiti Coast, there's a suspicious road death at Paikakariki Hill Road.
The body and the car was found from the lookout this morning.
Auckland Council says it's clamping down on window washers, intimidating behaviour at intersections throughout the city.
A person convicted of breaching the bylaw could be fined $20,000.
Auckland Council is working with police in known hotspots such as Cavendish Drive.
A freak hailstorm has struck at the outskirts of Christchurch. There were reports it was extremely heavy in Yaldhurst, West Milton, West Moreland and West Ireton.
The forecast for parts of New Zealand for the first week of summer, cold until the second week of December.
Okay guys, this is going to be interesting. Kim Jong-un, the North Korean leader, has given his sister a top job.
Wowee!
Kim Yo-jong made her first public appearance since Kim Jong-il's death.
Her top job is now the senior party official, and Tom, it's pronounced Kim Yo-jong.
Okay, I apologise. Weather in Auckland, 21 degrees, low of 11 and showery.
Time lifesaver traffic in Auckland and on the Southern Motorway southbound. It's heavy from Newmarket to Mount Wellington.
On the Southern Motorway northbound, it's heavy from Otahuhu to Newmarket.
And on the Northern Motorway, it's heavy from Esmond Road to Auckland southbound.
That's all today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and have a nice day. We will see you next Friday. Welcome to Tom and B News for New Zealand. The Philippines are on a high alert as a new typhoon is aiming on the country.
The typhoon is aiming at the same city of Tacloban, where it was hit by another typhoon back in November last year.
It is a Category 5 storm and will make a landfall on Saturday Filipino time. AC/DC drummer Phil Rudd was back in the Tauranga District Court on Thursday after he reached his bail conditions.
The reason why he was back in court yesterday, because after he had a fracas with another man on a Tauranga street.
He was given extra bail, but his other case will still continue on February 10th. The Murray King's son, Korotangi Paki, will be convicted for drink driving after the High Court overturned a district court decision to discharge him without conviction.
Judge Philippa Cunningham's decision to dismiss Paki's decision earlier this year caused an outrage.
The outrage was on social media Facebook when someone made a page called Send the Murray King's Son to Jail.
Oh, you're no saint.
Yeah, I know that, but we've all got to stop. Now, I've said my bit. Who wants to go next?
This is awkward.
The X Factor NZ has come under fire again after attendees at the audition were upset because Natalia Kills was yelling and swearing at the audience.
People took the outrage on Twitter saying, fun, except for when Natalia Kills who killed it in a bad way, dropping an F-bomb in front of an audience with kids.
Apparently, her husband is Willie Moon, who is also the X Factor NZ judge.
The State Services Commission is reviewing its policy around bullying and harassment following the resignation of Sarah boss Roger Sutton.
His resignation was marked with controversy last month over the way a sexual harassment complaint was handled by the SSC.
Mr. Sutton will officially leave in January.
Weather in Auckland, 22 degrees, low of 15 and evening drizzle.
Traffic in Auckland and it's clear.
That's all today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Have a nice day and see you on Monday. Welcome to Tom and B News for New Zealand. Power lines in West Auckland are out because a car crashed into a pole. It happened at Fred Taylor Drive in Whenuapai and police are at the scene. Police say a man who died more than
2 weeks after a suffering head injury during a dispute with another motorist in Christchurch does not appear to have been assaulted.
The man in his 60s died at Christchurch Hospital early yesterday morning.
The other man involved has been spoken by police but not yet formally interviewed.
Spark, which used to be Telecom, has announced it will be increasing prices for most of their residential plans.
Spark said it had already worked the new lower charges into its pricing and faced losing $60 million a year if it didn't review its structure.
Also today, Spark had broadband problems in Auckland, causing an outage.
42 people have confirmed dead by Typhoon Hagupit, which is going through the Philippines. Almost 1.7 million people evacuated their homes and had to find shelter.
Now, listen up viewers, because this may get interesting. Halfway up the Eiffel Tower, a new ice rink has been installed.
Wait, seriously?
Yes, seriously.
Take me to France.
Okay, pack some warm clothing with you.
Let's get to Auckland's weather forecast and 24 degrees, low of 17 and evening rain.
Traffic in Auckland and on the Northern Motorway northbound, it's heavy from Tristram to Albany.
And on the Southern Motorway northbound, it's heavy from Papatoetoe to Newmarket.
That's the bulletin for 10th of December. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Have a nice day and we will see you tomorrow. Welcome to Tommy and B News for New Zealand. An Invercargill mother taking her 4-year-old baby to hospital because the baby was drunk.
Drunk?
Yes, drunk, but the childhood centre claims that the baby was silly, but actually Southland Hospital says the baby was actually intoxicated.
That childhood centre is hiding the truth.
Air New Zealand is now extending flights to South America, flying direct to Argentina next year. Tickets will go on sale in March.
Emirates Team New Zealand has announced that it will pull out of the Extreme Sailing Series and focus on the America's Cup.
Team New Zealand were third in the 11-team series in 40-foot, which is 12.1-metre catamaran on tight harbour courses.
Event director Andy Torrell expressed disappointment at the decision but understood it.
The Black Caps hope that they can climb out of a familiar hole for the third time against Pakistan.
The score for the T20 is 1-1 and Kane Williamson reckons they can respond in kind starting in Friday's second game.
Pakistan skipper Misbah-ul-Haq called on his pace bowlers to deliver on a surface more helpful than Dubai's sluggish pitch.
Aucklanders are taking buses and trains more with a 50% rise of people taking the train to Manukau.
Auckland Transport says 75 million people use public transport in the year to November.
The total number of rail trips has now reached 12.3 million a year.
6,000 people have now died of the deadly Ebola virus, which has spread it to other West African countries.
The outbreak began nearly a year ago with a 2-year-old eating meat of infected monkeys.
From there, the virus spread it to his family. That's all today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Have a nice day and see you on Monday. Welcome to Tommy and B News for New Zealand. Spark, Vodafone and Telstra will invest nearly $54 million for the Trans-Tasman cable. It will start in early 2015 in Raglan and it will finish at mid-2016.
A police officer who racially abused a taxi driver in Queenstown has resigned from the force.
Jenny McNee was found guilty of recklessly using insulting words of F off to India and eat your effing curry and F off to India. This is a Kiwi job.
Actually, the taxi driver is from Malaysia, so yeah.
More than 6,900 people have now died from the Ebola virus, almost all of them in West Africa.
As of 14th December, there was 18,569 cases of Ebola in Guinea, Liberia and Sierra Leone.
Liberia is now the hardest hit country, but it started in Guinea. Weather tomorrow for Auckland, partly cloudy and 25 degrees and a low of 17. Geez, that's hot. Okay, before we go, tomorrow will be the last episode of 2014. It has been a great year and it has been a great 60th 2014 episode.
And tomorrow on our last 2014 episode, we will take a look at some of our moments, creepy image of the year, New Zealand news of the year, song of the year, and headline of the year.
In the meanwhile, please subscribe, have a nice day, and see you tomorrow. Welcome to the final episode of 2014. I know, it's a boo, but it has been a great 61st 2014 episode and a great 25th season 11 episode, and it was a pleasure to give you the news during this year.
To celebrate the last episode of 2014, here are some moments of this year.
Welcome to Tommy and B News for New Zealand. Here's our top stories today. An Invercargill mother taking her 4-year-old baby to hospital because the baby was drunk.
Drunk?
Yes, drunk. US President Barack Obama had trouble with his credit card.
High lifesaver traffic in Auckland. A golden retriever dog was rescued from a underground hole today. Yay!
State Highway 25 south of Coromandel is closed due to a truck lost a load of sugar. A resident in South Auckland went outside her house and found poo. Yes, poo dumped on her car. The woman told Herald on Sunday that it could be from a passing plane overnight. A Wellington pawn shop and a loan company said it will pay a man $500 to skateboard naked down the world's steepest street. Partly cloudy and 19.
There is showers for the top of the country.
The Warehouse apologises after accusing a Maori woman of shoplifting.
The BBC News reports of a homeowner came home with a 1 meter long wasp nest.
Thomas the Tank Engine train is steaming Japanese tea fields. Another horrific news in the headlines today is police say a stray pit bull cross that bit 3 people in the Auckland suburb of Devonport yesterday is still on the loose.
Her home is directly in the flight path for planes heading towards Auckland International Airport. She is absolutely disgusted at the moment. Rob Ford is in intoxication again, but this time it's at a chicken restaurant. He was intoxicated.
Welcome to Tommy and B News for New Zealand. Here's our top stories today. Graham McCready is ready to file evidence against Auckland Mayor Liam Brown.
News
Through to when the sun goes down an hour later.
A banana eclipse? That's the funniest thing I could ever seen, and did you know what?
What?
ABC News Australia uploaded an MP3 footage that they interviewed a senior astronomer.
Oh goodness gracious, that's sensible enough.
Have a listen at this.
Hopefully the fog will lift and the cloud won't be around later on today because there's a solar eclipse which is happening. Jeff Wyatt is the senior astronomer at the Sydney Observatory. G'day there, Jeff.
Now, let's go to making the news around the world now, and rescuers in Australia hope Bro the penguin will return towards New Zealand. His card declined at a New York restaurant. This also happened to a nearby resident a month ago.
It turned out that I guess I don't use it enough, Obama says.
That's all today. We thank you for watching. Please subscribe and see you tomorrow.
The Ebola death toll reaches more than 4,500.
Auckland's 21 local boards have signed a letter criticising Mayor Len Brown over his leadership. Oh yes, good times. Now, as we promised yesterday, the creepiest image of the year is the Ed Sheeran puppet.
Really? Oh wait, it does look kind of creepy. Oh, okay, I got the reason why. Because he looks strange and there was inappropriate photos of him.
God, he's so weird. Jason Gunn's Thingy was a lot better.
Because Thingy is for children. Now to the New Zealand TV news of the year, and we picked 3 news because of the studio layout and graphics.
Our favourite song of the year, well actually 2 favourite songs of the year are Happy by Pharrell Williams and Friends Will Be Friends by Queen.
And our headline of the year is the South Auckland resident has woken up to find poo on her house.
that's the episode of the year. We'd like to thank you for subscribing and watching us for the last 61 episodes. We will return next year, plus the 3rd anniversary special next Friday.
In the meanwhile, please subscribe for episodes coming in 2015. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you and your families.